Kelly here with Mindful Bodyworks. Today's session is going to be yin yoga for the upper back. So whether your posture is just not grand or you've been doing a lot of computer work or maybe on technology, this is a great session for you. We're going to open the chest, open the upper back, and it should help us feel a lot better. So let's get started. We're going to start with a meditation first. So I want you to sit nice and comfy, whether you're in a hero, a kneeling pose, or maybe you want to sit down in a cross-legged pose. Completely up to you, but I want you to feel nice and comfortable. It's always important to sit up nice and tall. And we'll close the eyes and begin. So we're going to start inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And on your exhales, just let go of any tension. Inhaling, opening and expanding the chest and the heart. And exhaling, letting go. And we'll take one more inhalation like this. And then exhaling. And now we're going to add a pause. So I want you to inhale and pause. And when you're ready, exhale and add a pause. And do that for a couple more breaths, pausing after the inhalation and pausing again after your exhalation. And last one like this. And now go ahead and take a nice deep inhalation low into the belly, expanding the belly. And on your exhale, squeeze that belly button in, activating that core, exhaling everything you can. And then breathe normal. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and just blink the eyes open now that we're nice and centered and have some breath flowing. We're going to get ready for our first pose. So we're going to be lying down on our belly, and we're going to come into our Sphinx pose. Now with Sphinx, you want to make sure that you're not just collapsing down. You really want to activate those shoulders and open the chest. So you want to have your arms in like an L. So we want to have our joints stacked, elbows right underneath shoulders, and then we want our wrists straight out from our elbows. So we have little L's. And you just want to push through to where it feels comfortable here. And we're just going to hold this for a few moments. So I encourage you to find your breath here, find your stillness. Focus on the inhaling and the exhaling. And in this pose in particular, you can feel the belly on the inhale. You can feel it right on the mat here. And on the exhale, you can probably feel the belly button coming in just a little bit. So I want you to focus on that. Finding your breath, finding your stillness, making any micro adjustments that you need to so that you're comfortable in your stretch. Now with this, we are looking forward just slightly at an angle. So you want to make sure you don't have your head way up. That's only going to put stress on your neck. So looking forward, but down at an angle. about 5 more inhalations here. If you want to focus the breath, you can add that pause back in after your inhale and exhale, or you can just breathe freely, whatever feels best for you. And we'll take one more inhalation. And then exhaling, we'll just relax down for a second, making a pillow with the hands and just resting the head down so that you feel nice and comfy, and just giving those shoulders a break. And we'll take a couple breaths here. Again, feeling the belly on the mat or the floor. When you're ready, you can slowly come up. We're going to be coming up to all fours. We're going to be doing our thread the needle stretch. So with this one, we want to have our hands right under our shoulders and our knees right under our hips. We're going to be taking our left hand and we're going to come through the space between the forearm and the knee. We're just going to bring the hand all the way through so that we're resting the head and the shoulder down on the mat. Now, if you're not able to get your head all the way down, you can use a throw pillow or a block. You can use all kinds of different props if you're at home. And we're twisting into this. That is the important part. So pick which one works best for you, whether you're resting the head all the way on the floor, but you really want to reach through so you're feeling a stretch in the upper back. Relaxing any extra tension you're holding in any areas that aren't included in this. Relaxing the fingers, relaxing the neck, the jaw. And again, focusing on that steady breath. Let's take 3 more slow, steady breaths here. Twisting a little bit more on each exhale if it's possible. And when you're ready, we'll slowly come back to center. And we'll be coming to the other side. So again, setting up our foundation here, taking the right hand and coming between the left forearm and the left knee, and bringing that shoulder all the way down to the mat and twisting into that upper back. And don't forget, you can have something under your head as a prop. Really breathing into that upper back, noticing a difference between this side and the first side. Maybe this side's a little tighter, or maybe you're not feeling it as much. But just being mindful of how your physical body feels here. Every exhale, we're twisting a little bit more. going to start lengthening that breath, and on your exhales, I really want you to twist a little bit more on each exhale. So we'll do about 3 more breaths here. And after your 3rd slow, steady breath, coming back up nice and slow. We're going to come to sit on our rear end. Now this last pose we're going to be doing is a supported fish. This is one of my absolute favorite poses for yin yoga. So with this one, we're going to make a T with our blocks. Now, if you don't have blocks, you can use hardback books, or you could try and use like a foam roller, and you would have that foam roller long on the back. Instead of sideways, your foam roller would be placed like this, okay? So first I want to show you beginner one. So beginners can actually come down to a low setting on the block, just like this. So we want to put those shoulder blades right at the bottom of the block and relax the head back. You can keep your knees bent if you want to for the beginner. If this is uncomfortable for your neck, you can always put just a little throw or pillow, roll up a blanket or something and put it under the head. Now you don't want your head to be up here because you'll take away from opening of the chest. So you want to still have it open just a little bit, okay? Now you can take the legs long as well, so that's another beginner modification. So the intermediate or more advanced will be to make that T. And again, you're gonna have your shoulder blades at the bottom and then relax the head. So you can keep the knees bent, or if you wanna take them long, it really is just up to whatever feels best for your body. Now, if the bottom part of your block or book is poking you in the spine, you can always just put a real thin blanket or towel right over it, and that will take the corner edges. It will make them much more softer on your spine. So just opening up here, allowing the chest to open and expand with each breath. So by opening the front of the chest, we're actually helping the upper back by taking some of that stretch off of the upper back, or some of the work off of it. Because when our shoulders are forward, our upper back muscles have to actually work a lot harder. So this way we're stretching the fascia, we're unwinding that connective tissue with yin yoga, and that helps our upper back. So finding your breath here. Again, on your inhales and exhales, I want you to imagine the chest expanding, the heart opening on the inhales. And on your exhales, I want you to feel like your body is nice and heavy and peaceful, just sinking back into the earth. about 10 slow, steady breaths. So if you're wanting to know how much longer we're going to be here, you can count your breaths, or you can just relax and breathe, and I'll let you know when it's time to get up. And after your 10th breath, or if you've lost count or didn't bother counting, we're about at that point. So we're going to go ahead and scoot the forearms back a little bit so that our elbows are able to support our weight. And then we're going to lift straight up off of our blocks or bolsters or whatever we've got here that we're using for props. And then we're going to come down into our final resting pose. So this is often the most overlooked and most difficult pose because you're not concentrating on relaxing into a stretchy pose or a standing sweaty pose. So sometimes just laying here and being quiet is the hardest part of the practice. So I want you to go ahead and attempt with me to come into our corpse pose, relaxing the head, the neck, the shoulders, bringing those shoulder blades down away from your ears, bringing the low back down away from the shoulders. Relax the feet, let them splay out to the side if it's comfortable. And keep your hands down by your sides, palms facing up, or you can put your palms on your belly and feel your breath rise and fall. And so from here, we're just going to try and quieten our mind, whether that's focusing on your breath, or maybe focusing on a visualization, or maybe your favorite place. Whatever you want to do to calm your mind, calm your thoughts,